can't believe that when I breathe, there's something good inside of me. Just one good thing inside. So close to me, the memory of that one good thing inside of me. Just one good thing inside of me, yeah, yeah. Don't you know a little boy that raised you? Your race man, little do they know every song has a lifespan. Never taking one, but I'm taking my last chance to hold all we know and let go with both hands. So don't you know the clouds are made from concrete? Fight through the storm, can you hear my heartbeat? Please feel my bones like the memory left me. Not for a second or a minute when I dream. I wanna go home like the home that I keep. You could take 6 or 66 feet. We can live forever so your misery miss me. Hold this song together with a bottle of whiskey. Look into the mirror at the lines that time drew. See them painted white in the eyes that shine through. My heart beats heavy in an open chest, and I wanna say goodbye, but there's nobody left. I can't believe that when I breathe, there's something good inside of me. Just one good thing inside. So close to me, the memory of that one good thing inside of me. Just one good thing inside of me, yeah, yeah. I fuck it all and I put it to test. Put your hand in mine and feel this emptiness. There's no beat in my chest, cause there's nothing left. No, it ain't goodbye, it's a last caress. What's another dream? You can hardly sleep. Can you believe that things only happen to me? God knows one day you will finally see that scars will heal, but we're meant to bleed. Did you realize I would lie for you? Please have my last breath, I would die for you. I know I'm no good, but my heart beats true. You know I'm gonna fight, though I might be scared to lose. It took me in and I fucked it up again. And that's your promise, no I won't pretend. Cause in the end we need someone to solve them. Nobody can fix me if I'm part of the problem. I can't believe that when I breathe, there's something good inside of me. Just one good thing inside. So close to me, the memory of that one good thing inside of me. Just one good thing inside of me, yeah, yeah.
Hello, everyone. High Priestess here again. And, let's see here. Okay, cool. I did it a bit faster this time. I'm getting a little better. So I have COVID, and I've never had COVID in my life. So just bear with me. Shit. I don't have any new updates other than it's an ongoing investigation. And so now people have to kind of like watch what they say. Like the people involved. I'm not going to watch what I say. I don't know shit. I'm a bystander. I only know what's been put out there. And I know a lot of people were wanting to know where are Olive's dogs, or his dog and his cat. Where are Olive's animals? I guess the thing is to stop asking. That's what they said in their page that they have, quit asking, because it's an investigation. I guess they can no longer talk about it. What I have are just some more screenshots, just some more shit that, like, people have said. This screenshot that I have right here is, dialogue between somebody and Olive, where he said, I forgot to mention one more thing about that post. Do you know where she said I smelled bad? OMFG. I was like, bro, that's just racist. I most likely did. He said he most likely smelled bad. He was on the airplane all day. So of course I'm gonna smell like shit. Well, Olive, if you're gonna smell like shit, why are you trying to grab some boob from somebody that's half asleep? Oh, yeah, that's me right here saying I'm the one that you're texting with. Sorry about that. I was searching my call log for something important. Am I going in the right direction? Or should I go this way? What's that? Hold on a second. I'm confused on where I'm supposed to be at. This is what I sent to myself. Okay. So it's supposed to go this way. Oops. Yeah, so, okay, I think the reason why I saved this was it was weird. He was playing his guitar for me through Facebook Messenger, but then, like, I couldn't see it. You know what I mean? I couldn't hear it. So then I gave him my number, and we had correspondence back and forth, but I'm going to fast forward through that because I forgot to. That's just more of our screenshots. That's our dialogue. I feel like I already went through this. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'm confused. Hold on one second. I just gotta be careful because there's some people I had conversations with. Okay, and that's the conversation between the mod. I don't want to share all of that. I thought I, like, cut these up. Hold on a second. I'm really sorry. This isn't... Huh. Did I not send the right batch of screenshots? Because I took a whole bunch of screenshots and cropped them out because it was people in that page talking. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Oh, boy. Hold on. Anyway, how have you guys been doing? I'm so sorry. Ah, okay. I found what I was looking for, but did I send it? Is the question. Here's this, and this, and this, and this, and this, 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 and this, and this. Holy shit, I didn't send myself the right fucking screenshots. Hold on, I'm sorry, I sent just a bunch of duplicates. Oh, good lord. I'm terrible at this. Here, okay. Let me just... Hold on. God, I'm terrible at this. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I grabbed the wrong batch of screenshots. My bad, y'all. I'm sending them right now. That's what happened. I was like, wait, I already went through these. Okay. Yeah, but what I do is I just get these screenshots and I send them to another Facebook. Is it working? Yes, here it is. So what this is, some of the screenshots are from Reddit. Some of them are from that Facebook page that I'm not going to mention for privacy reasons. Ah! Sorry. It's now now this news has been reaching people in California. It's here. This shit has been reaching people in California, and now the California people are starting to talk about Juan Hernandez, which is allegedly Olive Hugh's real name. The person says, so I grew up with Juan Hernandez and have had some interesting interactions with him. Back in high school, I had met him through a mutual friend that wanted to start a band. He introduced me to Olive, and first thing I noticed was that something was a little off with this guy. He'd obnoxiously start doing these terrible screams randomly out in public. If there was a girl around, he'd have to be the center of attention, and if he had a guitar, he would start singing to them in what I think he thought was a sexy voice. That little project didn't work out, and I kind of stopped seeing him around besides when he'd walk around Santa Maria. Go forward into my 20s, he randomly ends up at a party of mine. I don't remember how he ended up there. And I'm trying to tell him hi, and he's blatantly ignoring me in my own place because he's too busy trying to hit on whatever girl was there. I can't remember who. And I finally get his attention, and he claims He was in some type of car accident and doesn't remember me. Okay. I bring up the band we tried forming, and he remembers our friend who is no longer around but did not supposedly remember me. Okay. He was being super standoffish the rest of the night. Go forward a couple years, I'm at a friend's kickback who ended up being a pedophile himself, and I no longer associate with. Wow. Who I guess had Juan/Olive over. Well, I had brought a girl with me that I guess he had some sort of thing with in the past, and he was getting real creepy and touchy with her. Me and this girl were kind of talking and seeing where things would go. It was nothing serious, but him doing this, though, was very weird. When I had got to the friend's house, he was doing his obnoxious screaming. It's whatever, but it's annoying. But the second me and this girl got there, all his attention was on her. He ended up needing alcohol and took a trip to the store. He forced himself in between me and this girl while we were walking through the aisles and just straight up grabbed her hand and tried to walk away from me. That's fucking weird. That's weird. And, like, that's some shit that, like, someone around here would knock the piss out of him for. The girl kept looking at me like she was uncomfortable, so I stayed close by because I didn't know her too much yet. So I kind of just walked a little faster towards them, and I could hear him talking about how he self-harms. That's not funny. That's just such a random, just in the middle of the store getting alcohol. You're trying to, like, I don't know, score with this girl. You're trying to, like, take her away from the dude she's kind of sort of talking to. Pulls her around, and I self-harm, and I'm so depressed. And if I remember clearly, he tried to kiss her face, and she kind of moved her head away. We get back to the friend's house, and he goes instantly for the liquor. The girl comes back towards me, and the entire night he's trying to separate us from each other. And when it starts to sink in that this girl wants nothing to do with him, he starts getting belligerent and drunk and talking about how he hates his life and wants to kill himself. This guy needs help. Stan, you need some counseling. The whole thing felt like a manipulation tactic to make her feel guilty for him. Actually, yeah, still needs some counseling. That's the time I saw him in person. I remember when he first started Juicebox, and he had his first viral post, and I had commented on the post saying something along the lines of, it's a little weird to me that you pose as a little girl, and with the way I've seen you act, it's almost like you're hiding something yourself. Okay, so if this person said something like this on Olive's first viral video, you definitely probably got swarmed with hate or just blocked or ignored, because you know what, that is something that a lot of people would say, but it was a lot of times coming from the family of the people whose son just got caught talking to who they thought was a 12-year-old girl. So when you typically hear shit like that, this sort of talking point, yeah, Olive's fan base, including me, I was part of that. We would go and we would harass people's Facebook accounts into oblivion. Straight up, you know? So, like, I know very well, like, what he thought he was gonna do with his fan base. Yeah. Fucker. That's so fucking funny. I lost my place. And his response was something along the lines of, you're probably a pedophile, and I got deleted on everything. A person reached out to me last night stating he also did the whole suicidal thing to her and was creeping her out, but that's her story to tell if she does. Yeah. Yeah. See, and, like, I just want to say, I'm someone that struggled with suicidal thoughts, suicidal tendencies, and there's a group of people out there that could probably use some shit against me, but the scenario was different. It wasn't like, oh, if you don't talk to me, I'm gonna kill myself, and that's how they made me sound like. I was just saying that I'm at my job walking around. This is an old job. Old job I was totally miserable at. I was like, I'm just walking around here hoping something disables me or kills me so I can finally sleep. Now, if you've never worked a day in your fucking life and you've done nothing but live off everybody else, I wouldn't expect you to get it. But everyone else who does work, they're just as miserable with their life as I am. And if you're not, hit me up. So, I mean, it's a tricky thing. Like, I am someone that struggles with that. But I am not someone that's, maybe in my younger years, I'm not gonna deny it. I don't recall a lot of it, but I know, like, when I would get really upset, that's what I would turn to. And then I think after a while, I kind of realized, like, hey, this isn't fair to people who care about me. And then I've had guys, once they figure out that, oh, her daddy killed himself, they would try to use that as some sort of manipulation tactic, but I'm a fucked up person, so I'm like, go ahead, I don't give a shit. No, that's a lie. I did give a shit. I'm just gambling here, just hoping nobody blows their brains out. But I could definitely see Olive doing this kind of shit, just because he's a man. Okay, so, and then here we have, back when Olive had a meet and greet in Summersville, West Virginia, February 2023, I attended the event, and once I met the guy face to face, it was a miracle seeing him. Wait, I'm sorry, I can't read. West Virginian here, whatever. I attended the event, and once I met the guy face to face, it was a miracle seeing him. Okay? Once I got to him, I told him my name and where I reside. Apparently, he acted like he was not interested in hearing my conversation, but I asked him for a selfie and he said sure. Snap a selfie, and I took a seat and waited for the talking to begin. After it was over, he went straight for the girls that looked like they're 15 to 18 years of age. That's just speculation, but I see what you're saying. You don't know those girls' age. But I see what you're saying. Like, you're over here, I see it. It's weird. It's creepy. It's creepy. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. After I got his attention, telling him that West Virginia loves him and all, we gave each other a hug about it. As soon as I hugged him, it felt something was off. Would you feel something? After that, he went back to the girls like he wasn't interested in my conversation. So fast forward down the road, I quit watching his live streams on Facebook because the child predators he catches get released early. So I'm assuming he wasn't submitting all of the evidence to the court and all. Fast forward to the day he was exposed. It kind of surprised me. He was the mastermind behind everything. But I already knew something was off about him. I really hope justice will come to him, and all I got to say is, this is not over. Okay? I don't have big opinions on this post. I get what they're saying, but when you go to make a post like this, try not to sound so, offended that he didn't give you the time of day, because that's probably just something him and all his weird little flying monkeys, that's the talking point that they would try to use. Like, oh, this person was just butthurt because I didn't pay attention to them. Okay, trust me. Not exact. Okay, this is another screenshot. Oh, I have Annie Stark in the chat. Hello. They say, I was the same way for many, many years. I'd tell people honestly I was going to do it, attempt to fail, then move. Oh, you're talking about the suicide thing. I would tell people I didn't want to live, but then still live. Life goes on. I'm so happy, and I'm so glad that you're still here. I'm going to get emotional. I'm sorry. Because it really sucks. And then, I'm just so glad you're here, Annie. Really. I know I don't know you. I don't know, it might just sound like an empty compliment, but, no, it's someone that I'm getting chills. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Annie. I'm glad we're all here, Sorry. I get really emotional. It's almost my flow time, too, so anything can set me off. Um, Somebody else says, not sure how long I knew Olive, but he would message me even if I didn't reply. I accepted any friend request back then, but eventually wound up replying and actually thought we were getting along. Not going to lie, I was in early 20s and didn't mind male attention. So I always disregarded the subliminally flirty responses because I just liked having a lot of friends and gave everyone the benefit of the doubt. We've all made stupid ass mistakes in our early 20s. It's like our early 20s were more embarrassing than our like preteens and late teens. Like the dumbest shit I have ever done was in my early 20s. Trust me. It's a learning experience. And you know what, none of this is, whoever's talking here, none of this is your fault, okay? It's not your fault people decided to just come be a weirdo. Anyway, however, I think I remember him being a photographer and putting girls in videos of music? Question mark? Anyways, he started telling me he wanted to take pictures, etc., video me, and always invited me to his house. I never went because I didn't feel comfortable going alone, but I was flattered. Now, I used to do special effects makeup as a teenager, and I would get this all the time from grown-ass men. They'd be like, come to my house. No. I'm 16. So no, I just feel like when a guy is like, oh, hey, take a picture, put you in my videos, it's creeper shit. Unless you're coming to someone with a contract and money and proof, like actual proof, unless, I mean, you know, this is just you being a fucking weirdo. Excuse me. I always thought it was innocent until the news stuff started popping up about him, and then other memories my younger brain disregarded with the events arose. I remember every girl he has a photo or video of, he was in a relationship, or at least some of them. I didn't know if it was a real relationship because it would jump from single to in a relationship. And that, see, a couple years ago when my husband and I first found him, the first PDF file that he had put away that we seen. This is when my husband and I came in to the fan base. It was when he got a hold of Mark Hull, that really creepy guy that was like in his 60s. He was so creepy. That's when we became fans. And Olive was like married to somebody, you know, and then we try to look at them, and then I'm like, maybe it's just like a fake one. And I tried to explain to my husband, who's a lot older than me, what the whole thing is with people on Facebook and being in fake relationships, because I remember public figures back when I was a teenager. Like, I was a big fan of Damo Wilson. I don't know whatever became of Damo Wilson. But she would be like in fake relationships with people all the time because people loved her that much, you know? Just, I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, he must be, big on Facebook. People must love him, It was something I just kind of like overlooked because it was familiar to me. Okay, so someone named Darkstar in my chat says, how did we, West Virginia, as a people, let this wolf into our home with open arms? Hope it never happens again. I've asked myself that too, and this is why I've been so enraged about it, because I was one of these people that, in West Virginia, man, we're some hard motherfuckers. We don't just let people in with open arms. I don't know how. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, but what I can say to you is that there's nothing wrong with us because of this. We're not stupid. We're not gullible. This guy came in here and started, giving the appearance of like he was putting away creeps. This is not our fault. This shit right here is not our fault. Don't you dare blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. I ain't blaming myself. We didn't do this. It's his fault for coming up in here and being a fucking weirdo. You know, I'm just glad that when that one girl came out, she wasn't bombarded with hate. She wasn't bullied off the internet. That people had her back. That she's gotten support. And he ran away. We chased him out of here. We ought to be proud of ourselves. And then Annie says, Damo is getting her master's in psychology and is a mom to a 7-year-old boy. Woo! Yay! You know who Damo is. Yay! 100%, it's not our fault, Darkstar. And Annie says, I love you. You've been the best through this. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that I could have been someone to come in here and talk some shit. Because I was really, really mad. I was like, oh, hell no. Really? Really, Olive? Really? Really? And then he wants to play the race card all the time, which, then when he called me, he was just the utmost fucking disrespectful, racist piece of shit to me. And I wasn't over here telling him to go back to where he came from. I wasn't over here talking about building a wall and shit. I was over here reaching out to him about a weirdo that he had come across. Someone that used to creep me out when I was underage. You know what I mean? Fuck him. I'm sorry. So back to this person's post. Fast forward years later, he knew my ex-partner and spam called me and then... Spam called me all then and now. Spam called me, Jesus. But most recently, 3 to 4 years ago, calling me to say he was investigating my ex. To discuss what my abuse was like from him. I was baffled, because I thought he only caught child predators. I told him I would rather move past that part of my life. And I had nothing mean to say, good for you, because you seen that this was some bullshit. Oh, gosh. I blocked him on most of his fake accounts, I think. I don't know if this is any form of victim, but I wanted to share because I guess I trust in my gut, sort of aside from... Oh, my gosh, I cannot read. But I wanted to share this because I guess I trusted my gut, sort of aside from somewhat keeping a distant friendship. Just thought I would share in case anyone else has a similar story. I appreciate all these people getting on here and, like, sharing. Okay, now here's some Reddit stuff. The Reddit thread was really interesting. I haven't seen it in a minute. But someone... Oh... Sorry, I'm sick. I knew him, hung out with him in high school. Well, because he was associated with Havin Zavala. Havin Zalava. Aha. And Shane Garcia. I possibly unfriended him in 2018 or something. He was very depressed / moody, never knew how to control his anger. I can't remember what the last straw and why I removed him, but he used to constantly message me, call me, like my phone would blow up, and I was over it. I remember him briefly telling about, oh my gosh, is it me? Is it me that can't read? Let me get a pencil so I can, like, touch the screen and follow along. Okay. He was very depressed / moody. Never knew how to control his anger. I can't remember what the last straw and why I removed him, but he used to constantly message me. Like my phone would blow up, and I was over it. I remember him briefly telling about what he's been doing, like catching predators. Okay? I thought that was neat, and I was glad that it got him away from his depression. But seeing this surface is not crazy, because I think he was somewhat like this after reading the Facebook post. I think he was somewhat like this. Okay. They're not, what they're saying is they're not surprised. They were like, okay, cool, he's got something to help him. But then when everything came out, they're like, oh, Okay, well, I'm not surprised. Is basically what they're getting at. Not that they're typing any kind of messed up. I just might not be able to read. I mean, I don't think it got to extent like that girl, but he asked me for nudes. I opened and never sent him any, and he called me a C word, or that I am too good for him. And then he asked for forgiveness, saying it was his bipolar or illness and that he doesn't know which personality he is. But I am glad people are not staying silent. Someone else says, another person who went to high school with him also just commented a few hours ago. I'm so glad this is reaching people from his hometown / high school, especially with him on the run and heading west. Last we know. Allegedly he's heading west. So if you don't mind explaining who exactly is having Zavala, Zavala, Havan Savala. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to learn. Is he a real person you knew / went to school with, or is this another... Hold on. Another person who went to high school... Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, so Zavala is a real person, but honestly, I remember him leaving to go to the Air Force, and I think he got out and honestly went MIA. Haven't heard from him since 2012. I knew him as Juan, and he hung out with the guy I dated. We were friends on Facebook. I want to say he changed his name to Olive in like 2013 or 2014. I kept conversations with him because I knew he was going through a lot, but it would get weird. I wish I could find out messages. But something about the whole predator thing rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm glad he was able to catch people, and I know you can't compare to whom you were. You can't compare. What they're saying is you can't go based off of who people were in high school. But man, I can't say I'm shocked, but wow. So these people are not shocked. They're just not shocked by this activity. Somebody says I knew him, hung out with him in high school, because he was this... Oh, I already read that. I have 2 screenshots of the same shit. Not... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I already read these things. Okay. We already read these things. Okay. Did I have anything else? Oh, I know what we can do. I made another YouTube account. Well, I didn't make another YouTube account. This is one I already had. It's Undead Redemption. It's my page. Just haven't figured out, like, what to do with it. But Undead Redemption. Oh, great. Now I can't find it. Hold on. Switch account, girl. Undead Redemption. Ugh. I might have to put on my headphones for this. I just have, like, any kind of video having to do with Olive that I come across, I will archive it by putting it on this channel. Nobody has jumped onto me yet for doing this, so I assume it's okay. Hopefully it's okay. It's just for archive purposes. You see, I have, hold on, what's it look like to y'all? You'll see I have, Lex's videos on here. I also have this. It's all of Hugh speaking with a Nicholas County public figurehead. I just don't want to say the person's name. But it's really interesting if you haven't seen it. But you have to fast forward to 57 minutes and 3 seconds before Olive pops up on here. This is a voicemail, though. I want to play this voicemail. I don't know who.
Serious? You're literally like.
Hold on.
Like,
Hold on. Hold on. Let me rewind you for a second. This is a voicemail. Let me fix the screen so you don't see all the weird shit in my thing. All my weird subscriptions. So this is something that one person let out. It was to another person's phone this past June. We're gonna have a listen. Let me rewind it first, though.
Are you serious? You're literally like. It smells like bomb ass fucking Chipotle in the motherfuckers. Are you serious? You literally just like forwarded my message. Woman, do you even know who I am? I'm kidding. Do you know what I'm doing right now? I'm holding my dick thinking about you. I'm thinking about you so hard. Come on. Okay, cool. Now I'm pissing.
I'm sorry. There's... Oh, good lord. There is nothing at all funny about this. But what I am thinking of is just this being out there, you know? This being out there. Oh, fuck. Olive, you need help. Juan, you need help. You need counseling. You need counseling, and you need to apologize to all these fucking people that you fucking harassed on the fucking internet. He's like, do you know who I am? Like he's trying to make a threat. And then he's pissing. What's wrong with you? The only thing I can think of is alcohol. You need some help.
Hell yeah.
What a fucking
Shout
weirdo.
out P.
What a fucking weirdo. Holy shit, dude.
Anyways.
Shake it.
Just took a fat ass piss. Let me see. What was I ranting about? What was I ranting? ¿Por qué estaba ranting?
I'm so confused.
Oh yeah. Do you really think that like pineapple belongs on pizza? Well, guess fucking what, bitch. Fucking cunt. Eat shit and die.
You know, it's funny how he likes to say eat shit and die. There was another person that was saying, when she would be on the phone with him and he'd be talking about his fan base, which is very heavily West Virginian based, motherfucker, he would scream and say, eat shit and die. Eat shit and die. And here we go. That's fucking hilarious.
Strawberry belongs on pizza too. You know? Don't fucking like. I fucking hate all you fucking goddamn like self-centered assholes like you.
Like yourself, Olive?
You know? Strawberry belongs on pizza.
Okay. That's just weird, and why are you sending this to people? I would like to go through the Lex videos. Like, there is one that I have archived that I haven't went through, but I want to give Lex some peace. I'm sure she is going through enough. So let's go through this video. I am going to fast forward. I'm not going to give any background on who this video is, because I don't I don't gonna be honest with you, I don't care that much for the guy. No disrespect. I'm sure he's a decent person in his own right, but there's certain things that this one guy does that I don't appreciate, and it is what it is, Tubes. What are you gonna do? So, but he does listen to this. He's gonna talk to Olive, okay? And he just kind of lets this guy just keep on. He just kind of lets him keep. You'll see what I'm saying. We'll stop and talk. We'll stop and talk. Now, okay, the guy that's recording, he is a guy that sits in his truck. Well, I mean, he does more than that. He does do things for the community. I just, as a woman, personally think he's annoying. No drag, just being all I can be, and that's honest. But he does do a good job talking to Olive. He drives around in his truck and goes live. He used to do this thing where he would read off the current arrests and name them by name. And at the time, I had a bunch of hoodlum siblings. And I'm like thinking, if he would read off my brother's name right now, I would drive my vehicle through his house. That's just how we do it here. You know, I just think that's crossing a line. I get you're trying to embarrass people. He just... Now, in this video, it kind of seems like he's grown because he does talk about drug addicts a little bit. He just used to say the most ignorant shit about drug addicts and people that get food stamps. I'm just saying, I don't condone the other person in this video, but when you put him next to Olive, I mean, he doesn't compare to Olive. He's on a shitbag like Olive is. Just gets on my nerves. If you see this, hey, how you doing? So he's waiting for Olive. Yeah. He's waiting for Olive. He's talking to his chat.
Not at all.
It's coming in like maybe 30 seconds. So he's parked at the China Inn. Because you can see Walgreens. This is like the next town over from mine. I spent half my little life in this town here in the trailer park.
I don't know if you know how to do that or not.
He's talking to Olive in the chat. Olive knows that this guy is a public figurehead.
Yeah.
What the hell's all that noise?
I don't know if you mean literally join in and talk. You're more than welcome to do that. I was trying to see if that's what you were getting at.
Yeah, that's what he's getting at. Come on. Ah, here we go.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, amigos?
Okay, this is so cringe. He says, hola, ¿cómo estás, amigos? And his, you know. And then Olive, I guess, didn't hear him or blew him off. And then listen, he does it again.
What is up, my guy?
Hola, ¿cómo estás, amigos?
Oh, the cringe! Stop.
Right, sweet. Yeah, just got out the shower. You know, still, it's kind of it's really. I used to be able to celebrate. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I used to be able to celebrate every time I got these child predators arrested. I remember like 2021. I'd just be like, hell yeah, you know, got another one off the street, and I used to just you know, let's pop a bottle. But now it's just it's more of just like, all right, cool, you know, got another one, like got another one arrested, but I'm still talking to like 3 more.
Right.
See, okay, before the whole exposing Olive thing, I was like, okay, you guys know who Illuminati on YouTube is, right? You know, she's a piece of shit. And it was she was like content farming. And it kind of felt like that's what Olive was doing. You know, it's like, okay, so is my home state just absolutely full of predators? Is everybody just a predator? It just kind of seemed like, where are you getting these guys?
Yeah, I don't know how, like, I really don't want to talk about, like, I don't want to give away my secrets, but
There's a whole lot of shit Olive doesn't want to talk about, and this is his answer to a whole lot of shit in this video.
all I can say is that for some odd reason, the Facebook algorithm has been favoring a lot of people from Somersville.
That's
with my
disturbing.
secrets. That's all I can say.
That's really disturbing, considering certain things that I know. And I don't know a whole lot. I don't know much more than all of you. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of people who know a lot more than me. But it just seems like y'all need to stop preying on girls from Somersville. And this is coming from a Richwood person. I will kick your fucking ass. Straight up. In Minecraft.
It's not Nicholas County or Webster County in particular. It's just that for some odd reason, the Facebook algorithm is just like, hey, you know what? We're gonna recommend these people.
I wonder why, Olive. I wonder why.
Recommend your decoy to these people, you know. So that's kind of how it's like, how it's been working as of lately. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have because I have a lot of law enforcement in Upshur County, and I know that over there, especially in Buchanan, there are a lot of sick people. I just haven't been able to penetrate through their local people.
Why would you use that kind of dialogue?
But yeah, that's kind of why I've been getting a lot in Somersville. You know, it's like this everywhere.
Understood. Now, you primarily focus only on West Virginia?
Yeah, as of now, yes, but I'm kind of stepping away just because I want to test some waters again.
Mm-hmm.
Like now that I have like I guess a quote unquote resume, I could show a lot of these other like law enforcement in different states. You know, like
now let's not forget the FBI agent that you could have shown a lot of things to, but then you wouldn't give that agent full control over that decoy account.
People in West Virginia, and I've been able to successfully get these guys convicted. Like, you know, look me up on Facebook, and yeah, they'll see that, you know, that I basically know what I'm doing.
Right. So your credibility's maxed out.
What was that?
Your credibility's built. Yeah.
Yeah, because back then, no one would want to work with me. I'm just some Mexican with long hair.
Aw, boo-hoo.
I was literally not.
Don't laugh too hard at that.
But my boy Dwayne, he saw something in me, and I was just like, cool, you know. He's the reason why. And I talked about this 2 nights ago about the butterfly effect.
Yes.
How everything just came into fruition. Yeah, but I'm going back to testing waters. I've been putting a couple of decoys in the Midwest. Just want to see how they act. I really want to.
So I'm gonna go be in the chat. I have to use the bathroom, so I'm gonna let this play, and I'll give my snarky commentary from the toilet with High Priestess. Whatever. I'll be back.
To get predators in my local area, but it's a little bit kind of hard. I don't know why, but it's just a little bit harder getting them in my area. I'm not saying that like there aren't any. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm trying not to give away too much.
Understood. Definitely understand that. And I'd say honestly, you're probably limited by the number of accounts you can type on at one time, the law enforcement aspect of trying to get everything coordinated. And I'd say you probably just knock them off all day long if you had the resources to do it, and 17 sets of hands and 14 brains.
I mean, I wish I really do wish that like I could start a team. I mean, there are a lot of people that want to work with me, but I kind of refuse to work with civilians,
right?
Just because there's this whole entire legal aspect, and if I do form a team, they would I would be kind of known as the leader,
right.
And if something goes wrong, if something goes out of hand, like I might be the one getting in trouble.
Right.
Used to
so
have
now
a team.
You pay for your crimes, not somebody else's mistake that they might happen to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'd be accountable for a mistake that somebody else could make instead of something you're directly doing.
I mean, the only time I will work with someone if it's law enforcement.
Right.
I have provided a couple of decoys to law enforcement in St. Anthony, Minnesota,
Hmm.
and I've been working with a law enforcement here in West Virginia. I can't say where, but I have provided a couple of decoys for them. So I'm always like, if there's any law enforcement watching right now, I'm always happy when they reach out. They're like, hey, you know what? I kind of want to help. You know, how
Right.
do you go? About this? And
There's 2 or 3 on here right now. I've seen her name scroll through. So
yeah, I am like more as in I'm extremely receptive when it comes to law enforcement, like just wanting to help out.
understood. Now you typically reach out to them, or they typically reach out to you.
um, at first it was me reaching out to them, but now like I've been blessed. It's a huge blessing whenever they reach out to me. Like it's it makes me happy. I'm like, all right, cool, you know, because back then, especially when I first started doing this, law enforcement in Pennsylvania, they really they dragged me. They're like, you're not supposed to be doing this and blah blah, and I'll leave it to the professionals. And yeah, I was extremely just I wanted to stop doing it. I was just like, you know what, like why am I even like investigating these child predators? But now it's like the other way around, you know. Um, and I'm very humbled by it. It's just it's awesome working with law enforcement. It's like I tell my mom, I'm like, hey mom, I got another child predator arrested. She's like, how are you doing this? Like she doesn't know anything about it.
Understood.
I actually I came I came out as a 15-year-old girl to my mom.
You're right.
I came out to her on like this December or last December, I mean, because she didn't know what I was doing at all. You know,
Right.
she's just always, are you spending so much time on your computer? You know, I just come back home from work when I had a job. I just come back home from work, and because I used to just go out, go to the beach, go out with my friends, go to the bars. I used to have a life.
Right.
I'm not saying that this is hindering my ability to be happy, but
Okay, I'm back.
now
I have a story about Summersville, and this was back in 2015, 2016, and there was someone that was working for the Summersville Police Department, and you can look it up. You can look it up for yourself. I'm not going to actually name it, and I know you can get mad at me, say whatever you want, but I know the family of this cop, and I just don't want any trouble with them. And the woman has since divorced her husband. Not when this all happened, but years later. You can look it up. What happened was this cop, who was like in his almost mid-20s, pulls over a 16-year-old, and anyway, he starts having conversations with her on Snapchat. He got her information, and allegedly he brought her back to him and his wife's bed while his wife was at work, and yeah, he slept with that kid. And I believe, I just don't know enough to like open up a whole thing about it. You can look it up yourself and find it, because there is one article from like 2016, 2015, something like that. It's there. And then like now I heard this part from family. When the girl's family tried to do something about it, they're like, well, we'll just get your teenager in trouble for having CP on their phone. Okay? And then there was another incident here in Richwood, where I'm from, where a cop was caught messing around with a teenage girl, which I know the teenage girl personally. I don't know if there's an article about this one. But all they did to that cop was it was like Randolph or Raynell, one of those counties that start with an R. Big piece of shit. Okay, so that even in West Virginia, not every person in the law enforcement's bad, but there's some crooked fucks out here. Now, those men have since, they're not around here no more. That one guy's not a cop no more, and I don't know what happened to that other guy, but he's not in my county anymore. Something to look up. DM me if you want names. Just kidding, that's doxing. You can look this shit up for yourself. Like, there's not a whole lot that even goes on in West Virginia, so you'll find it.
I just come back home from work, or I just stay on the computer now. My mom, she kind of thought like I was like going through a depressive episode, but like after a year and a couple of months of doing this, I'm like, hey mom, so I kind of work with the police, and she's like, wait, what? And like, and I showed her the video of me talking to Mark Hall as a girl.
I wonder what... Oh, Mark Hall. He showed her the Mark Hall video. Oh, that was crazy. Wonder what his mama thinks about all this now. You know? That's her kid. She's probably taking up for her kid.
Hello?
Right.
You know my 15?
15-year-old girls do not sound like that. And, like, seeing the type of compromising pictures I have seen of Olive, it's disturbing. And if you're one of those people that do the age play thing, you're fucking sick. Uh-oh. There.
It's like, aren't you afraid that you could get hurt? And I'm like, you know what? Like, I'd rather it be me
Olive, are you afraid that you could get hurt?
than it be like a 15-year-old girl.
Yes. Yep.
But also, like, I I don't use my real name ever. I haven't used my legal name since first grade. So
He hasn't used his legal name since first grade. So.
Everything's pretty much anonymous for me. Not even some of my close friends.
And it's funny, like, how quickly people figured out that your name is Juan Hernandez. You know, like, you're just not as smart or slick as you think, or at least we're not as fucking dumb as you thought, you know? Like, fucking, I thinking about it all over again gets me sad and disappointed again.
Friends know my real name. But yeah, she was just I just showed her everything, and everything just made sense to her. She was just like, oh, no wonder sometimes I hear you on the phone with like a professional sounding person or whatever, and I'm just yeah, she was just really surprised by it.
What?
Well, she's trying to understand that and quantify that as your mom. You know, you're sitting there going, what in the world's he doing? He's repressive. He's hiding out in the room. He's on a computer a lot. I hear him with different voices. I mean, there's a million ways that could actually go. What the hell's going on in there?
Yeah, no, I'm just so glad she never walked in on me with my girl voice.
Right? Or your girl dress, or your fishnets, walked in on you, talking to teenagers.
That would be like, Mom, I can explain.
Like, sure you can, baby. It's okay. I'll just shut the door and leave.
She'd be like, you know what? Love who you love. I'm still
Right.
your mom.
Right.
No, Mom,
Yep.
I don't love them.
I love you no matter what. Is it hard sometimes to detach from the computer and just say, look, I gotta go to bed?
It's extremely hard.
Yeah.
I used to just be like, I need a mental health break, and so I did take I used to be able to successfully take a week off, just not going to talk to these predators.
Right.
That was started doing it. Like the second month of doing this, I'm just like, I feel disgusting. I feel disgusted. You know, like I can't eat without like thinking of like predator dick. You know.
Yep.
But now it's
What?
more of just like. I guess it's become like not an addiction per se. It's more of just like they're out there, you know, like they could be talking to like actual 15-year-old girls. Right. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm gonna get back on the computer, and I just stay chatting and shit, because I'm not gonna lie, some of these predators, a lot of these predators, 90% of these predators have had contact with actual children.
What I figure.
Um, especially one in particular, James Cook. Um, that guy. There are so many
I don't remember the James Cook case, but a lot of other people do. I've seen his name be brought up a lot.
viral stories that I heard from him, which it wasn't until he got arrested where I'm just like, you know what, like, because people would be like, oh, you're saving the children and everything, and I was just like, don't say that. It's kind of like that's kind of cheesy. But now it's just like I came into the conclusion after James Cook got arrested. I'm just like I was just like, holy crap, like I think I am like, you know,
Yep.
protecting children. You know, even though I was getting a couple
Yep.
arrests, it didn't really register in my mind.
And we don't, like, I've learned about trauma-based addiction around here, right? And there's a lot of that. And a lot of these
Yeah.
young ladies, they turn.
Yeah, here's the dude talking about trauma-based addiction. When the last time I even heard this guy talk, he was saying some ignorant ass shit about drug addicts. So let's listen to this.
They don't want to talk about it, or they'll try to talk about it and they get denied. So
Yeah.
you're literally saving drug addiction, alcoholics, sex addicts. You know, you're saving the self-medicating aspect of these people, these little kids not being able to talk to people because of the.
See, okay, and just knowing this person, just knowing like how he used to have these really insensitive, ignorant thoughts about drug addicts. I know where it was coming from. It was coming from the fact that he was hurt because I used to be the same way. Okay, until until I dabbled in some bullshit and my life was turned way upside down. Okay, like, and you figure some shit out. You know, you figure shit out and you make choices, and then you make better choices. You know what I'm saying? It was sad for me to see this part. The guy with the beard. I hadn't heard him talk in years till I was researching Olive shit. And here, he's got this growing opinion. You know, it's like he's grown. It's like he's finally getting it, you know? Because when I was in therapy and I talked to them about the issues I had in the past, they're like, oh, you're self-medicating because of trauma. They literally said the same thing. And now he's over here telling Olive, look at his face, look at Olive's fucking deceiving, lying, wolf in sheep's clothing fucking face. Look at him. The dude with the beard is just, you're saving kids from this, and that. And then at the same time, you know that there's things out there of Olive talking to minors. Look, when I was a minor, I was messing around with someone that was in their 20s. And I thought I was the shit. I thought it was so cool. I thought it was so hot. You know what I mean? I thought, I'm so mature. I am so above everyone else in my friend group because of this. Because I'm smoking and drinking and messing around with someone in their 20s. And then you grow up. Next thing you know, you are the same age as that person, and you couldn't even imagine speaking to a 16-year-old. Or a 15-year-old. Or a 17-year-old. An 18-year-old. You know? Couldn't imagine. What, you know? Because they're still in school, you know? They still have to do homework. Some of them motherfuckers don't have a license. It's just taking advantage. And then thinking about what that person, the type of thing they were saying to me when I would try to tell them that I don't want to see them anymore, that this is weird. And they would say, oh, I just took all these pills and hope I survive. And, you know, just shit like that when I'm 16, dude. Like, this, can you imagine what that did to me? I know that, like, my life is great now, but I can tell you, I am so behind on where I should be in life because there was all this added bullshit, you know, that shouldn't have been there. Someone should have been there for old Emberly, you know? Amberly should have made better decisions, but Amberly was sad and lonely and didn't have anybody, okay? And that's why parents just gotta be better parents, and just I'm just saying this in general because it's really helpful advice, because there's just a lot of people, like parents, that just, it's just all fuck all when it comes to their kid. Now, I just want to say specifically, this is not based on my experience. I have a mother with 5 children. My father killed himself when I was 12. Like, it's hard out here. It's hard out here, and, you know, one person is only one person. Okay? That's why we need everybody that's an adult looking out for everybody. Okay? Because it does take a village. Alright? Everything I say is not some kind of smite or drag against adults that were in my life. Some of it is. Some of it is. But not all of it. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm going on a little tirade here. But I just, what the guy with the beard is saying, it just means a lot to me. And he's praising this guy. And just look at his face. You know? You're not saving dick, man. You come over here with your riffraff and make a big fuss, all for you to just be a piece of shit anyway. A fucking lying, scamming, abusive, grooming piece of shit. Suicidal manipulation tactics. Go fuck yourself. That's so shitty. You have no idea what that shit does to people. And you're over here feeling all high and mighty about your fucking self, thinking you're the man when you're just some short, smelly fucking dude. When really, all you gotta do is be funny and not be a piece of shit, and you would get all the nudes and ass that you want. But as a 30-year-old man, dude, you do not need to be talking to motherfuckers that still have a school schedule, you fucking creep. Sorry.
Shame,
here we go.
Or the denial that might go on with the parent.
Yeah, I actually had a detective in Minnesota say the exact same words that you
What?
said right now.
Yep.
So other people have praised you for your work, and then yet still this is what you do.
One of the main reasons why I do it. It just I've always wanted to do this, to be honest. There's a couple of like YouTubers that do it, but like in a different way that I am not like. I don't condone it, but it's also like I'm like, you know, they just confront these child predators and shame them.
Yes,
and
I've seen that. One of them went. It was actually the resource officer at a school. I watched him walk right up to the school and say, "Hey, I'm whatever the girl's name was," and I think it was the guy. Actually, he was acting as his daughter, who was a student in the school.
Damn.
I don't know what to make of that. I was only kind of half listening. I'm sorry. It's a West Virginia thing. I heard him going on something. I just started doing something else.
Officer, I don't know if that's what we call him here. I don't know if that's what they're called, but the school police officer, the guy was acting as his own 14-year-old daughter and confronted the resource officer. And he said, "You need to quit. Like, quit."
Okay, I don't know. That's just a story. It's hard for me to follow.
That's your job.
This happens to me sometimes when people at work talk to me. I'm just like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, there are some that like actually do get confronted, that actually do get arrested, and you know, like props to like the.
What did he mean? What the hell did he mean? Hold on, I'm still thinking. I don't mean to just hold on.
Sex addicts, you know, you're saving the self-medicating aspect of these people, these little kids not being able to talk to people because of the shame or the denial that might go on with the parent.
Yeah, I actually had a detective in Minnesota say the exact same words that you just said right now.
Yep.
It's now it's like, you know, it's one of the main reasons why I do it. It just I've always wanted to do this, to be honest. There's a couple of like YouTubers that do it, but like in a different way that I am not like. I don't condone it, but it's also like I'm. Like, you know, they just confront these child predators and shame them.
Yes, and I've seen that. One of them went. It was actually the resource officer at a school. I watched him walk right up to the school and say, "Hey, I'm whatever the girl's name was," and I think it was the guy. Actually, he was acting as his daughter, who was a student in the school.
Okay, I understand what he's saying now. There was a dad that was pretending to be his daughter and got confronted by some. Okay, it was a dude at the school, a cop at the school, counselor, some kind of school staff member. Okay, I understand.
Damn.
It
Um,
was the resource officer. I don't know if that's what we call him here. I don't know if that's what they're called, but the school police officer. The guy was acting as his own 14-year-old daughter and confronted the resource officer. And he said, "You need to quit. Like, quit your job."
yeah, there are some that like actually do get confronted that actually do get arrested, and like props to like the DAs and the police for actually investigating them after the confrontation. But some of them just do it, I guess, just for the attention, which
Right.
it's like I could tell the ones that do it
The
for
notoriety.
yeah, and I could tell the ones that do it for just the attention, because I could hear it in their voice when they're actually like pissed.
Right.
But
So for
I'm
you,
too.
more of a I guess I would call it a good burden, but the burden of responsibility now.
Wait, what was that?
I said for you, it's become more of a burden, but a good burden of responsibility.
He's just kind of making shit up for him. It's a burden, but it's a good burden, right? No, it's not. Look at the mental damage it's done. Look at it. See, there's part of me that thinks this dude has needed help from the beginning. Okay? Some kind of help. Needed more attention, something. Okay? I don't mean to just armchair psychologist people. But it is what it is. Who the fuck am I? Okay, I'm nobody, and everyone knows that. Dude's over here doing this shit. I couldn't imagine doing this shit. The shit he was doing. I like to think that at some point this was good and not just some grift he was looking for, so that he don't have to go try his luck down at the Go Mart or Parmar, You Save, Walmart, Little Caesars, Geno's, Tutors, or whatever the fuck else. What's in California? A Del Taco. you know, it could have like worked. you know, I don't know. Part of me just does think this was all just some kind of grift. I don't know. Because if we go back in time here in West Virginia, everybody's grandpas are going to jail. That's not. There's nothing funny about that. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to listen to a dude in their 60s or 70s now try to justify being 25 and marrying a 13-year-old. That's disgusting. But there's like clearly a problem around here, and I think he's seen that and knew that, and I thought he was trying to make a difference, but you're just over here taking advantage, it seems like. I mean, that's just what the fucking facts and everything I've seen looks like, and the fact that you've been so silent and not saying anything, and just like obviously blaming, like you're just blaming families of people who, hold on a second. Just blaming families of people that, like, you've caught when, like, none of those people can remember their Facebook password to fucking, I don't know. Nobody was coming after you, and even if they did, you had, like, the whole state, Whatever.
It's like you've taken on a responsibility that you now, value, and it's just, it's a constant pull.
It definitely is. I mean, I also think about the fact that like right now I'm at 27 child predators arrested. So basically,
Yeah.
now,
Hold on. Dark Star in the chat says he's just yapping at this point. Yeah. As am I too.
I have to.
That's why I'm just throwing in my random fucking opinions and anger, because he's just running his fucking mouth.
I want to slow down just because I'm gonna have to keep track of these cases because there's like 24 4 cases still going on.
Mhm.
So I took track of that, and yeah, I just part of me is just like, Olive, you need to slow down, you know. But I just can't. I want to get these guys.
Understand. And it's hard. It's like it's. I mean, I know I'm going to make an equation here that's way off, but conceptually, imagine if you were walking down the street and there was just thousands of $100 bills. You're going to grab as many as you can, right? So you're
Not Olive like getting on a new page, not paying attention.
going to seize the opportunity, and it's the same with what you've got going on right now. You've got forward momentum. You know what's working. You've got the magic equation at hand, and you're just seizing that opportunity and just working and working and working before, you know what I'm saying? While that wave's moving forward. And the accomplishment.
Work.
That's,
with a respectful approach to it. You know what I mean?
You should keep adding shit in, you know what I'm saying?
You're not looking for the notoriety. You're looking to capitalize on what you've got going on.
I mean, I guess. I kind of.
What do you mean you guess, Olive? What do you mean you guess? What do you mean you guess? Because I'm thinking about the GoFundMes. Oh boy, the GoFundMes. Where he was already living in West Virginia and asking for money to move to West Virginia.
I don't understand that metaphor, but I'm trying to picture it in my head, but
right.
Kind of lacking some creativity today. I barely got any sleep because I knew I had to get this guy today. So basically, with a lot of my
I barely got any sleep because I knew I had to get this guy today. What was that relevant to anything you guys were talking about?
And I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as I could. Every time I do have a sting going on or a day where these child predators.
He's trying to, like, in my opinion, it seems like he's trying to, like, redirect into something else instead of, maybe he just don't understand what this guy is saying, but I feel like he explained himself there. He basically was like, you're just want to capitalize off of what you got going on. You're not trying to get notoriety. You're just kind of figuring, like, okay, you're putting your time, which time is money, bitch, and you're putting your time into this. You know, surely you want some kind of compensation for it. I mean, when you do anything day in and day out, that's a job, you know? Most things, I mean, I feel like if you're doing a public service, that's a job, right?
They do want to meet up. I have to be up because you guys are 3 hours ahead.
Yep.
So I'm just like, I wake up at 5 a.m.
Gotta be on point when the time difference is so you can call and harass women that have newborns and husbands. There's screenshots of that. Those are in my other streams.
For our age. Yep. Your 5's our age.
Yeah. I wake up. Yeah, go to school. You know, and I usually on my normal days, I wake up at noon. You know,
right.
so a lot of these, like, those days, like right now, I'm not gonna say I'm cranky, but I'm never in like in a good mood per se. Like, I'm not like, oh, awesome, you know, very cheery. I'm just like, I'm pissed because I woke up early. But you know, the thing that pisses me off is when I do wake up early and they never show up.
Right.
That's when I'm just like, all right, if you want to play like that.
Right. Understood. So what would you say the percentage are of the people that say I'm ready to meet up or I want to meet up and just like drop off, no show? Is that a high percentage or a low percentage?
I really can't say.
I didn't know if most of them would chicken out or most of them actually go forward with it.
I really can't say.
How convenient.
I gotta keep a tight lip on that.
Understood.
It's a lot of things he's keeping a tight lip on.
But yeah, I could say that there are some of them that they just they don't want to meet up. They just want to talk sexual. Who they think is a child. They want to send dick pics, and that's all they want to do.
Understood.
So
that's weird.
Yeah, those ones. They're a waste of time.
Right. I was gonna say time eaters. They eat your time.
What the
Oh, I want to say it. No, I can't say it. Um, I'll have a surprise. I'll have a surprise
He would do that a lot. He'd always have a surprise for us on his channel, on his page and shit.
this month. There's it's someone that I've been talking to since September, and I don't let any of these child predators get away,
Right.
no matter. And yeah, there's gonna be a little surprise in Webster County this month.
Wow.
Like towards the end here, he would always like be in the comments of random shit, like alluding to predators in certain counties. And like he was always alluding to a predator in Nicholas County, which is where I'm from, alright? That's where a lot of his biggest supporters are from, man. I guess we're just the biggest idiots. Not really. That's satire. That is an absolute joke. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was reading something. I was reading a message about work. I tested positive for COVID and I sent in like my note and stuff like that and just haven't heard back, so I'm like a little confused, but then I found out it's a busy week. There's other shit going on. Nobody cares. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about.
And we were talking about the impact earlier. So the impact that you have directly is that these people are caught and arrested. The impact that you have that probably is exponentially larger indirectly.
I was talking about how he would allude to surprises and how he was alluding to like a predator in Nicholas County. My whole point was we never did find out who that was. We never did find out who that was.
Is the fact that that it starts to scare people. So you don't necessarily want to hide what you're doing. You want that to be out there so people are like, look, hopefully I'm not talking to this man. You know what I mean? So the fear factor is exponential. The direct impact is there, and you have an exponential fear factor. In other words, you know what I'm saying? Wide zone, people start to know, like, I might be talking to this guy and hope it'll scare him or deter him
He just looks so dreadfully, miserably bored with this conversation.
from moving on something that they think they want to move on. So it might.
Yeah, it's become one of my biggest concerns. I'm just like, I hope, like, right when I tell them my age, I'm just like, either it's been, yeah, people are scared. That's all I could say is that people are scared right now.
But that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing, but also, like,
What kinds of people were scared? Was it like the girls that were coming out about like you being a grabby piece of shit or what?
it's because these people, they're probably still sick in the head.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You can't get that. You can maybe take the urge to act on it away, but you're not gonna get rid of what they've got going on in their mind.
Yeah, and my biggest fear, my biggest concern is that, like, they might not want to talk to a child online.
Mhm.
They might try to do it in person.
Understood. So they
that-
in first person they start grooming that child.
And then so like right where you have to start is the way we raise our kids to just be fucking assholes to everybody. You know? Stop trying to raise your kids to like be polite, you know? Like, if your daughter doesn't want to come downstairs when you got certain company over, don't make them fucking come downstairs. Or better yet, just don't fucking have anybody at your house. Isolate your children. You know, because don't go anywhere without your kid. I'm nervous as hell about sending my kid to school, but I tell you what, you gotta fucking be a savage if you're gonna fucking raise kids. You know, this shit ain't all fucking sunshine and rainbows and shit. You can't fucking trust anybody. And I don't. You know? So, I might have to get off here in a bit. I hear my husband's phone ringing. It might be the guy. We've been waiting for the guy to, message us about our truck. Might finally get my truck back. Yeah, I should probably get off here. Because, like, if he's waking up, then the baby's waking up. Well, I'll play you guys out with some shit. Yeah, someone says, "High Priestess, your commentary is why I come here." I really appreciate that. That makes me feel great. So I'll play you guys out with, like, some AI music. I only do that so my stream doesn't, like, end abruptly, because I noticed it'll do that. It'll be before I'm even saying my goodbyes, and it just cuts out. I'm like, well, that looks dumb. So now I understand why people have intros and outros. You guys have a good day. You too, Annie. Let me know if you need anything. Y'all have a good one.
Silent shadows, swift and true, through the night and darkened woods, hidden blade and ancient roots. Mountain path where secrets rest, trials put his skill to test, ancient spirits laid to rest, he'll defend what's left of them. Ninja heart in Appalachia,